So Brian wanted to do a little empty hand, and Kenny was showing me videos about the Siniwali.
Oh, yeah, so what am I interesting?
Yeah. So we can talk, so we're going to do a little bit just off the jab. We're going to do some other stuff too, but we'll start with the idea of, so Siniwali can be like in the video we were saying, it could be jab cross, right? It could be clear here. And I've heard other instructors who said that Siniwali has nothing to do with any of this. So it's up for debate. But like jab cross, right? Clearly that's Siniwali, right? Or off the jab, that's Siniwali. Or off the jab, or off the cross, that's fine. That's Siniwali, to the outside, to the inside. Or it could be both punches coming. So sometimes I say, I could be on inside too. It could be taking that off, right? So let's look at just doing this. We're going to go for off the jab. I'm going to go to the outside first. The outside is generally the safer place to be, right? Inside, if you are better, then inside is a good place to be. Right? But in case the other guy is good too, outside is a better place to be. So if you have a lot of confidence in your skills, inside can be a really good place to be. But we're just going to go here. This is straight to the face. I'm going to roll it up and go into a compression lock here. I'm going to open it up to a wishbone and start the takedown. You don't have to put it down. Okay, so again, I'm Siniwali and striking. You don't want to try to put a lock on without doing something to change his mind. So he comes, bomb here. I roll this up, so that's the hip. I throw this up and bring it down tight. I'm trying to get compression. And then here. And if you want to not do the takedown, you go here for this is the conversation place. Right? I also like this version of it. There, Brian gets a chance. So did you need something to do with somebody else? Or do you know this one? So be quick on your taps. So, wishbone. You got this part down. Wishbone, I pull and I push it there. So it comes here.
Oh, yeah, it's much better than on the shoulder.
Okay. Sometimes you have to see, and so this is once again why I don't do privates very much. Because of, yeah, that's better. And then drive it through to a VR lock. So the problem with there is you haven't stopped me. So you have to do something. Do something. So if you just VR lock, so right, if I just VR lock, you can do stuff, right? So something to keep him away. Nipple twist, grab the throat, push the face. Something that doesn't allow him to feel it, because one of the ways to release this is just to push himself back up. Right? Yeah. So if I do this, I don't rely on the lock. I'm going to use something to push him up. Okay? You try this? All right. Just try that. Just isolate that idea. Partner up, use some ideas. These aren't hard and fast. These are ideas that off of that parry and strike that I could go to. Right? I could also just go directly to an arm bar. Right? And then switch it. Because that's why we have the lock close, so you know how to go into these different things. So you don't have to do that. That's just one idea. Right? We'll go from the inside. So from the inside, usually I can just go for the Dumog takedown here. So as long as you're okay with your partners, going to gently, I know Brian can roll well. And if you know it's coming, you can just roll with it. So I'm pairing, remember I hit first, right? And I'm going to slide down his arm, and as I go, I'm going to jerk this just as I get to the joint. And at the same time, I pull out with his arm. So I pull out and push down. Right. You can follow up if you want to. I don't feel like getting down too much lower. I'm going to break my rule. I'm not going to try and take me down. I don't feel like taking the falls right now. But if you don't want to do that one, if you don't want to do the takedown, after the hit, you can roll to your belly and do this arm right here. This is another walk with the knee. Okay? So works better if you've got a little bit of chi. Put it on a nice dantian. And I put it into the belly, and I lift up on the elbow, right? So I pin his hand to my belly. I lift the elbow up. I feel it fun.
Yeah,
and then I push him up. So, 2 options. Whether this one works for you or not. And I remember the first time I had that done, it worked really well. So, and then you can just like leave him whereas we want. So Brian wants, he's going to go to the inside.
Boom, boom, boom.
Nice strike. There you go. All right, Brian, you're being good. Now, like I said, it's not excessively painful. It'd be better if he gets my hand open. Okay? If he does it and you just sort of put it down with my, do the one you did. I had my fist. But if I have an open hand, it works much, it's much more painful. Okay? It is not the kind of painful that's going to make anybody give up. it's the kind of painful that I can maybe walk them somewhere. Right? They're still gonna fight, right? This isn't so painful that he wouldn't fight. So, that one also takes a little bit of strength. All right, you wanna try that one out? You can do the takedown too, as long as your partner's comfortable with doing the takedown, just tell your partner. And for the takedown, like I said, I stretch his arm out, I slide him on, and I gunt out. This is actually called Dumog, but Dumog means any kind of wrestling. So, I'm talking about sometimes Filipino terminology is not that helpful. Because you're like, what is this, Dumog? What is this? Dumog. What is this? Dumog. But so the teacher I said that didn't use terminology, he called this particular move Dumog. So every now and then little bits of words would slip in. So I have this in my lexicon up there as Dumog. But the arm comes out, and as I pull it out, I push him down, and then I sink. So, all right, we try those out? Okay. Another variation. So if I go to the inside and he blocks, okay, we have a couple of options. So the first option, we're going to go just for striking. So I'm going to grab his wrist, pin, and strike. Okay, Brian does perfect dogs to my face. So I'm not going to take them, right? But if I go and he blocks, bam, bam. Right? So I can strike, or if you want to, you could go into a headlock or something, right? I would probably just strike. If we're in the kind of striking situation here, I would probably just pin the strike. Whatever you want to do. Okay, so that's one option. Another option, if you want to lock, is to drive through and go for your V-arm lock again. Okay, so from that position where he's blocking and drive through, if his arm straightens, that's okay, because I can just give him the arm bar there. I can do this pop in here and set over it. Right? But if his arm is bent, I can try and do that V-arm lock control as I did before. So Brian gets a chance. So he's going to go inside. He's going to go, but I block his shot this time, right? There you go. And he got a little hyperextension on the arm. If you do it ballistically, if you throw this arm and slam this arm down, you can actually get a little hyperextension on the arm. I block. Sorry. I block. There you go. Yeah. See? It's nice and tight. Okay. So you want to try those two variations? So slow. Variation number one, I just grab his blocking arm, pin the arm, or whatever you want. Okay. Variation number two, where I'm going to try to be a little nicer. Like I said, if it straightens, that's okay. If it straightens, I do a hyperextension and I would come back in. Okay? Try those? Is that okay? All right.